Hello friends, I'm Jonathan Miller and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. So real quick before we become detectives together, some of you saw my community post about a family emergency I recently had, which is why some of my content has been delayed, but I just wanted to update you and let you know that everything is fine. As some of you know, my dad has been fighting cancer for about 8 years now, and he's been having some health problems, but everything's okay. He's in good spirits, but I did just want to say that if my content is a little bit delayed and not up exactly on Wednesdays like it's supposed to be over the next few weeks or months, I'm apologizing in advance. In fact, this video isn't actually what I had planned for this week, but I really don't want to sacrifice the quality of my videos. I've got a lot of fun things planned for this holiday season. Long story short, everything's good. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Also, this video is sponsored by DistroKid, but we'll talk about that later. So let's do something fun today, and what's more fun than dissecting Taylor Swift Easter eggs? I chose a few comments from my Bejeweled music video reaction that I wanted to respond to because I love hearing from you guys, because rumor has it is that Speak Now Taylor's version is the next re-recording she's gonna drop. And honestly, for good reason. So Manzi says, this video has Easter eggs? Sorry, I just don't understand what that means, genuinely. You know, honestly, I should do a video that's like, are you new to Taylor Swift? Start here and explain all this. But basically, Easter eggs are something for fans to find in a piece of work. So that can be like a music video, a movie, a TV show, book, an art piece, all sorts of things. And it's usually hidden in some obscure or obvious place that's just a fun little reference for fans to find. And obviously gets its name from the Easter holiday, in which parents or family members will hide little Easter eggs for kids to find around the house that usually contain some sort of goodie. So in the case of Taylor Swift, an Easter egg is basically a reference to another piece of work that she's done. And it can be really anything, and she said the Bejeweled music video is chock full of them. Probably the most that she's ever put in a music video, and we'll probably still be finding them in 100 years from now. So I hope that explains that. Was it just me, or is Exile said a lot in this video? IDK if this is referencing some work that is going to be with him, or if it's just nothing. It's Taylor Swift. It is never just nothing. Yeah, Exile I think is said a few times in the Bejeweled music video, and honestly I think it's just a title reference to it, but you probably could go a little further. I mean, considering the main refrain of Exile is, I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. And then in Bejeweled, she literally changed the ending of Cinderella to where she gets the castle and ditches the man. So I guess there might even be like two references there. Or should I say swiftly? LOL. I've been following Taylor Swift since debut, and we've heard it so many times. I mean, it's so funny how many news articles or tabloids or whatever just cannot help themselves but make that joke. So I love that she included that. It is so old and tired. Très contente pour Tim, il est posé et réfléchi, donc super choix. Qui est Tim? Dites-moi s'il vous plaît parce que je ne lui connais pas. Est-ce qu'il est un musicien? Je pense qu'il peut aimer DistroKid. Have you heard of YouTube's Content ID system? This is when a user uploads a video using your song or part of your song, and an ownership claim gets placed on their video so that you earn part of the ad revenue that may be running on it. It's a great tool, but not always perfect because there's no way to allow certain channels or videos to use your song without getting flagged, especially if they've asked you directly for your permission to use it. Well, this is where DistroKid comes in. DistroKid is one of the best music distribution platforms, helping artists like you and me get our music up on streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music. DistroKid not only helps get your music into stores, they also offer a wide variety of features to really help you in your career too, such as their YouTube Allow list. When you opt into DistroKid's YouTube Content ID, DistroKid will detect every video that uses your tracks and claims them on your behalf so that you get paid. They make sure you get the ad revenue instead of whoever uploaded the video with your music. However, if you've got someone whom you've given permission to use your music, you can add those videos to your Allow list so that the creator gets their ad revenue too. This is a great way to help each other out. So use my special VIP link to save 7% on your first year's membership with DistroKid. Link is in the description. Taylor looks phenomenal in this video. She's a beauty. No, but really, she did look flawless in that music video. Let's just be real. Judy says the song was lacking, but the video was on point. I will say that the chorus is really catchy. You know, I have to be honest, Bejeweled took like 5 seconds to grow on me. It definitely gives me Lover era vibes, and I'm okay with that. I wonder if we could ever lay our eyes on the PDF file that contains all her Easter eggs here. I wish, but you know that's under lock and key, because if they had a full-on PDF file, I guarantee you that but there are so many references in this video, a lot of which point to Speak Now Taylor's version, but the fact that they had to create an entire file for it so people wouldn't lose track, I think that says a lot. It kind of reminds me of the Look What You Made Me Do music video, where she said that there's so many references in that video that fans still have not figured out. And honestly, I kind of feel that's how it's gonna be with Bejeweled too. I absolutely adore Taylor. I've written a few times to her, but what would really be great is audio descriptions on her vids. In this new world of inclusivity, let's make music videos accessible to the blind and low vision fans. I actually didn't even think about that. As a musician myself who makes music videos on occasion, I want to thank you for this comment because it was something I didn't even think about. And audio descriptions, that's a great idea. I don't know how many other artists actually have that, but that's something for me to think about for the future. I appreciated this comment because it gave me an idea for making my music videos in the future more accessible. I'm not sure how to go about that, so if you have any ideas, please write me in the comments because I would love to know that. I'm not Taylor Swift, but as a musician, I do appreciate comments like these because I'm all for accessibility. We would appreciate a Getaway Car music video. No, but really, there are 2 songs on Reputation that needed to be a single. One is Getaway Car. Number 2 is I Did Something Bad. The fact that those 2 songs went just not being a single is criminal. So when we inevitably get Reputation Taylor's version, I'm just saying, Taylor, you have an opportunity here to right a wrong. We were driving in a getaway car. Iconic. In case anyone doesn't know, the intro of the music video played the instrumental of Enchanted and the outro played the instrumental of Long Live, both from the Speak Now album. Yep, I heard that right away. When I heard Enchanted in the background, I was like, magic. She wore an S and an N hair clips in the proposal scene, which references Speak Now. Yep, 3rd button equals 3rd album. Yep, on the elevator, that's correct. When you look at the elevator button colors, you can see that the 10th button is Fearless TV color, 11th is Red TV color, 12th is Midnight's color, and 13th is Purple, which is Speak Now's color. Definitely an Easter egg for Speak Now TV. I absolutely agree. If you look at the watch thing she got in the part where she's saying, "And the shoes I gave you as a present," the watch arrows pointed at a 12 and 2. I think she'll make an announcement on December 2nd. I don't know when she'll make an announcement for Speak Now Taylor's version, but now that we've got the Eras tour coming, I honestly think anything is possible with this woman. Because really, if you look at all of her marketing tactics, I think the one thing that she hasn't quite done yet would be to drop a re-recording in the middle of an album cycle for a brand new album. And we know Midnight's is going to be a visual album, so more music videos are on the way, which I'm sure she's probably going to drip feed because honestly, that makes sense and it's a great way to extend the album's promotional cycle. But I truly, truly would not be surprised if she was like, surprise everybody, Speak Now Taylor's version coming tonight, because we all know she loves a surprise drop. But at the same time, I don't know how well a Folklore or Evermore style surprise drop would work nowadays. Not that it can't work, she can literally do so many different things. But I think with like vinyl sales and Billboard charting and all sorts of stuff like Grammys and so on and so forth, I still think there has to be some strategy there. But as far as it being announced in December, that I would not be surprised by. I would be excited by it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Taylor's quirky and corny humor. Listen, again, with the whole if you're new to Taylor Swift, start here thing, Taylor is a millennial, okay? If you're going to listen to Taylor's music, you're not only gonna get the folklore, deep stuff, but you're also gonna get the cat references and the little oddball things that she does that I know a lot of people think is cringy, but let me tell you something about Taylor Swift. Is she's been doing that since the very beginning. She finds weird things very funny. A lot of things that most people would be like, oh my god, that's so millennial or that's so cringe nowadays, she finds hilarious. So if you're new to Taylor Swift, just expect the occasional lyric that's like, draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man, okay? That's very Taylor Swift. I know for some of you it is painfully millennial, but she is a millennial, so you're just gonna have to kind of roll with it. The nice is so satisfying. No, it really is. I will find myself just doing nothing, or somebody will tell me some new information now, and I'll be like, nice! And I do it kind of ironically, but no one's in on the joke. Hey, another thing, do you guys think she'll be releasing Speak Now on March 15th? Because the clock where she sat is pointing at 3:15. I think, honestly, anything is possible. We know Taylor really loves numerology, and Speak Now in particular is a very important album to her. It's the album where she wrote entirely herself. So honestly, I think anything is possible. I mean, she dropped the Bejeweled music video on the day Speak Now was released 12 years ago. That right there is one of the reasons I don't think we'll get Speak Now TV in 2022, but I do think we'll get it in 2023 because that would be Speak Now's 13th birthday, and we know how much she loves the number 13. And the last comment from Aya is, I'm absolutely obsessed with the way she says shimmer. It makes me want to dance around. Absolutely. And we owe Michael on TikTok so much for the Bejeweled strut. There are so many references to Speak Now in the Bejeweled music video. I mean, she even announced the Eras tour as I'm Enchanted to Tell You, which is obviously a reference to her song Enchanted. Honestly, I think it would be cool if she called it Enchanted, Taylor's version, because Taylor did say that she originally wanted to call Speak Now Enchanted until her record exec said, maybe that's a little too childish for her at the time who was growing up, because of course they did. Changing album titles like that absolutely happens all the time, and while Speak Now is definitely the most iconic title now, it is also technically the only album that has 2 words in the title if you don't count Taylor Swift, her debut. So who knows, but I agree with you guys. Speak Now Taylor's version is definitely on its way. But of course, let me know in the comments what you think, and what are your favorite songs from Speak Now? Which ones are you most excited to hear her re-record? Because I think we can all agree that when Taylor drops Mine Taylor's version, something about that's just gonna hit a little different. Anyway, if you could, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and tell me any more Easter eggs in the Bejeweled music video that you could find. And if you want to support this channel even further, consider hitting the join button for all sorts of perks and goodies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.